Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we have my review of The Ring, the 2002 American remake. I think that's when it was out, although I'm not entirely sure, so I do apologise if that is wrong. But first of all, before we get into the video, I want to say I apologise for the 5-day break. I know it doesn't seem very much, but for me, I kind of need to manage my time better. I'm not that great at it. Obviously I have schoolwork to do. I've still got the rest of this year and next year left of school, and then don't know what comes after that, but yeah, and if I don't want to overwork myself, if that makes sense, with a mixture of schoolwork and YouTube, so I need to take breaks. But then if I take too long of a break from videos, then I get lazy. So yeah, I apologise for that, but I recently watched The Ring, and that's what I'm talking about today. So without further ado, let's get into the review. So at first, honestly, I wasn't entirely sure what to make of this film. I didn't dislike it, I knew I didn't hate it, and I knew it wasn't awful. But I really wasn't sure how much I actually liked it and how good I thought it was. But after watching the movie a second time, I did really enjoy it. I think the concept alone is very creepy, and like just watching a series of images and then getting that phone call, that is a really creepy idea. And I commend the Japanese filmmakers for coming up with that idea that is so really just incredibly creepy. And I think creepy is the best way to describe this film. Creepy and unsettling for me. The face that like Samara gives to the victims like when they die is incredibly creepy, and that is really scary. Like, I'm not going to reenact the face, and I'm not going to put an image in here unless it's in the trailers. I haven't seen the trailers, but no, it's really scary, and it is going to be stuck in my mind for a long time. And yeah, but I felt the colour of this film was slightly distracting at times. Like, honestly, it sometimes made me think of Twilight. If you know the kind of colour of that film, if that makes sense, the kind of bluey, grey kind of vibe. And for the majority of the time, I'd say 98% of the time in The Ring, it worked and it helped the film. But just the odd little moment, I was distracted by the colour and the lighting. But like I said, for the most part it works, and that adds one of the good feelings to this film, because one of the best things is the overall feeling of sadness and tragedy, which you don't entirely know why, but due to the colours and the characters, you never really feel happy watching this film. Speaking of the characters, they're really decent. I actually really like Rachel and Noah in this film. They both had a lot of great stuff to them. Rachel in particular, she was a really well-rounded character. And Noah, while not as developed, he was still very likeable and acted very well. And I think he had a decent amount to him to make me care for him and actually be quite sad when he died at the end. But the kid, for me, as a character, he didn't have much for me. He's also seemed like he was acting very old for his age, which I don't know, that just kind of made me feel like that was just very weird to me. And he doesn't really have much to do in terms of himself, but he's kind of a motivation for Rachel and Noah and gets them together, which makes those two more compelling. Just the kid as a character himself is not that compelling to me. There are also a few moments where the film just skips over stuff that should be explained. Like, there's a moment where Noah is doing some research and he uses a fake name, and something happens where he should be in like a lot of trouble for it, but it just skips over it just entirely. We don't know what happens. He's just randomly out of there. Who knows why? But overall, this film is a good film, definitely worth a watch. And I went in expecting a typical horror film. I think that's why I had to watch it twice, because the second time I did try and keep my mind focused, like just not having any expectations. And I think that's why I enjoyed it more, because it's not a straightforward horror film. It's like a creepy kind of thriller, I'd say. A lot of it is detective kind of stuff as well. I haven't seen the Japanese original, so I cannot compare them, but I enjoyed this a fair bit. So this gets a 7 out of 10. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Again, apologies if I take long breaks, or even short ones, I guess. But yeah, also I know my background probably will change quite a bit. I don't know, I'm very picky, I guess, and please don't kill me. I enjoy the Defenders. So yes. Speaking of that, I have a Marvel Netflix tier list coming up very soon. So wait for that. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone, and have a great day.